Welcome back to the Content Complete podcast, featuring myself, Spencer, and my co-host, Matt, with the NFL Gaming TV, and from across the world, known for his fighting spirit, Fistcake.
That sounds about right. I get in so many fights all the time.
Oh, yeah, dude,
especially
so
when I was
many fights. You got
traveling.
double cauliflower ears and everything.
Well, I don't like to bring that up. You don't have to be a dick about my appearance. What? Jeez.
So we're going to start with the games and stuff that we've been doing this week. Fistcake, you want to start us off?
Trying to remember what else I played besides Red Dead 2. Let me
Red Dead
get
only
my.
came out on Thursday night.
Yeah, what'd you play Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday?
I'm having this problem right now live on stream. I don't remember. That's why I gotta
You
look at my
list,
recent.
dude. What happened?
It's the Red Dead. I don't know what to tell you.
It's
They
a
did
Red
it to me,
Dead,
guys.
Illness.
Didn't you play some
Okay.
Soulcalibur?
I played a little bit of Soulcalibur. I played Soulcalibur. I beat the main story mode. I have yet to do all the side stories where you play as different characters.
Yeah, explain that to me, because we thought that they were going to have a thing where you could have a main story, but then also have the thing where you play through the characters separate. But we soon found out that that is not quite the case. You got to it's not so straightforward where you can just pick a character and go through.
Basically, story mode, you beat the main story. It's essentially the entire Soulcalibur 2 story retold or something like that, if I remember correctly. And then after that, every character that's available has a story mode that they play, which is usually 4 or 5 fights or so. And it just explains their story that involves Soul Edge or whatever. Except for Geralt's, his is just I got teleported into a land of amazing fighters. Oh, now I'm going to go back. Bye.
I'm a Witcher.
I'm a Witcher. I'm good with the sword and my other sword. And then I do the magic, make the signs. His story was okay. They really were pushing the whole part where he's kind of like a playboy, kind of gets around a little bit. It's almost comes off kind of rapey in the beginning. It's yeah. I guess I should probably explain at this point. So basically he goes people are like, hey, there's this witch that's doing some mischief. Can you figure it out? Yeah, okay. I'm Geralt. This is my Geralt voice now. And he goes there and he's like, hey, witch, you doing this witch stuff? Yeah, I'm doing the witch stuff. I found this really strange energy through this portal. Oh, geez. All right, I'll do that, but it's going to cost you extra. Oh, okay. Why does it cost her? Yeah, why does it cost her? I don't know. So she sends him out there, and he comes back, and he's like, okay, now I'm going to redeem my vagina dollars. Okay, let's go. Not in the exact words. He didn't say vagina dollars.
But basically vagina dollars.
He was heavily implying they had vagina dollars. So that was okay. I mean, I didn't really expect a whole much for all the side stories anyways. I made Snake as a nunchuck fighter in there.
Nice.
Because, it's the closest thing to CQC. Until they make a melee character, I'm going to just use that. But
like a fisticuffs guy?
Mm-hmm. I imagine they will. Because, with all the DLC characters that are going to come out, which we'll talk about one soon. Ooh. I forgot that it's going to be the cool part of the DLC characters, not necessarily them themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that unlocks a whole new fighting style and roster and shit.
Right.
Items and stuff. Played that. Oh, I played Startup Company, which is a $5 game, which you make a startup company. It's okay. It killed a day while I had no internet and was basically trying to fix stuff with the internet.
Right.
So I was just I don't want to deal with all this bullshit.
It was there for me when I really just wanted to not do anything.
Mm-hmm. And then I also picked up some. It's a MMORPG, but I think it's in the early access, so that's why it's not a full. You can't go online and play with people right now.
It's called My Time. Maple Story 2.
It's not. It has. It's kind of weird. It looks like a 3D Maple Story that has kind of that cutesy shit going for it.
Oh yeah.
It's called My Time at Portia. And
yeah. It's more
did
like
you play
Minecraft.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was just saying, like, with the feel, like, yeah, you're supposed to like make stuff and whatnot, but like the look and feel is like cutesy MMORPG bullshit.
Right.
And then what else? And yeah, like it took me like forever to figure out like the whole mining stuff. Having a brain fart. Basically, my time at Porsche, you go to this place. I think your dad owned it before. Your grandpa used to work there before. They were a builder.
Classic Stardew.
Classic. You go there and you're basically trying to fill in his shoes, and you do that by competing against other builders. I can't remember what they're called. And you also just help around the town. But to get materials, you go to these dungeons and you kind of just dig your way through the ground and you find stuff using like a radar and stuff, which is kind of cool. It's a little nifty. There's like composing religions about old technology because I think it's in the future, technically.
Oh. One of those like it's in the future, but everything's like old.
It's not even that old. It's weird because it's not even that old. It's just like, oh, technology is what ruined us. So now if you find a CD, give it to me so I can burn it. Or you can go to like the researchers like, no, that's stupid. Give us the CD so we can actually, do research. Like, okay, everybody calm down.
Oh my God, Kids Bop 23?
This is my jam. Oh my God.
This will complete the collection.
Goddamn. But it's a little fun game if you can get on sale. I'd recommend if you have some time to kill. But with Red Dead 2 out, it's likely not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for me. What have you two played this week?
Well, I wanted to mention, it seems like that type of game is becoming like a genre now. Like a weird, like, build up thing, but then take breaks to go to dungeons to get stuff and then come back. Like almost like a sim, but with dungeons. It's like its own genre, like that's slowly coming about and becoming popular. It's going to be interesting to see if even if there's like a name for it, like roguelikes were a up and coming thing for the past couple of years.
Dunge Sims. No.
Dung Sims.
Dung Sims.
No, that's worse.
Simgens.
Simgens.
Yeah, like dungeons, but with sim and stuff.
Well, that's been the show, folks.
All right, bye everybody.
A record length, 8 minutes. Yeah, stuff that we played. I've been playing a little bit of Spider-Man again.
Yeah. I need to pick that up sometime.
Yeah, I played one session of it before, and then might have been two. I don't know, but last couple of days I've been playing a little bit of it, and the world is opening up more, but it's like it's fun to get around, right? And they have a lot of variety of what you can do. There's always like an activity. If you're like, for instance, if you don't want to go to the main the main story mission, there's always like some weird side mission you can do, or you can do like these things.
Is this your first open world game, Spencer?
No, I know. What I'm saying is, like, it's
just ignore it.
It has all that stuff, right? But at the core of it, it's like they're just giving you like
things to do.
Like just a bunch of tasks in between the main storyline, right? And
don't do it, Matt.
Some of it, I'm getting to a point, Matt. Some of it seems like kind of, I don't know, samey. Like there's one where you have to find this guy's pigeons that he lost. There's one where you have to find all of these black cat locations where you take a camera and take a picture of this hidden cat, and like just a bunch of that type of stuff mixed in with like. I feel like they balance it okay, but it feels like they're slowly just dripping you more and more of those types of things to keep you going in between main missions.
Yeah, that's the big complaint about the game is that all the side activities are essentially the same thing over and over again. But some people are speculating that
go to next place, do thing. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are speculating like this is hopefully the next one will be a lot more varied.
People are already talking about the second one. Jesus.
Oh, they're thinking like this is like a good skeleton for a first game, and then the next game will be like, oh shit, we did good. Let's make it even better. We're add 2 more side activities that are not the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
the thing that's really cool is all of the crime bits. Like, literally, if you're like, oh, I'm getting kind of slightly bored with going and picking up backpacks, there's always some crazy shit going down. Oh, people are holding up an armored car, or there's a huge crash, people need saving, and there's a huge amount of variety there, which I really like. Like, I very rarely find the exact same scenario. There's like 12, and so and it just keeps going and makes it really fun. Although I've been having a hard time getting back into the game. I've been dying a lot.
Yeah, he's really bad at the Arkham style combat.
I don't have a lot of experience with it. I didn't play a lot of Arkham or anything like that.
Yeah, like, you know how you have in Arkham, you have like the button, you're like, oh, he's going to attack me. Hit this button and you'll deflect it. Spencer doesn't use that button at all.
Okay. I wasn't, and I was getting fucked, but I've gotten so much better at it. Okay, so much better. And I'm getting my sea legs again. All right.
Your swing legs?
My swing legs.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, I told Matt in confidence earlier that I lost to crime, to like small crime things. I lost 4 of them in a row when he was getting his haircut today. And
wow, you gonna put me on blast like that?
yeah, dude, put you on blast. Fuck it, you got a haircut. And
Wow.
through that, I was like, oh shit, I'm like obviously doing, and I realized it's so easy just to press buttons and just jump between people over and over again and then get killed. Right. So then I finally like, oh shit, well, I might as well, I should probably just like play the game and like, I don't know, do the thing I'm supposed to do against certain people, and like it makes sense. But just coming back to it, I'd forgotten entirely how to play the game, like 100%. I had to relearn all the controls, and that was it's not easy.
Oh, it never is, yeah.
But it's fun. It's a fast game, and the combat's like really good. Like, it's really good combat, and there's a lot of variation on what you can do. You can approach like any enemy like 5 different ways, which is really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, it's still fun. The main story is like really good.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
the main story stuff, they do a good job of I don't know, just like creating huge scenarios and building up like a huge thing. It's nice. I like it.
Have you been forced to be sneaky yet?
Yeah, dude, I'm killing it at being sneaky.
That's the only part he's really good at.
Yeah,
No, right.
I can go through a whole base. If I have to be sneaky, I'll sneak take down everybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was talking about reporter adventures, but
oh yeah,
maybe I
we
haven't
had one of those.
Yeah, we've only had one of those.
Playing
yeah.
as MJ.
yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But yeah, well, what else do we play this week?
We played Tuesday. We did Jackbox.
Right.
Alter and D.
Yeah, we played some more Jackbox.
What did we
number
play?
5, right?
Number 5, yeah.
Did we just play number 5, or did we switch out after a while?
I don't remember.
I think it was just.
You
number
probably
5.
switched, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
We played the Zippy line game.
Oh,
what is that one?
Zepple or Zebble or Zipple?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the one you're supposed to play in person with people. Well, we were playing
God,
it on
that game is
Parsec,
so bad.
but that game sucks.
It's so bad.
Like, it's just a shitty game.
Yeah.
There's no redeeming qualities.
All you
about
do
it.
is
why
just-
would you ever play it?
You just use your phone and then you slingshot yourself towards these floating enemies on like a static screen, and then but you have to. I still don't fully understand it. Like they change colors depending on the characters who the characters who are there. So you have to hit the ones that are your color, but then if you don't hit the ones that are your color, you sometimes you just don't do anything to them. And then when they turn like a certain, I think, is it red or something, and they'll explode, and then you're dead. And then the only way you can come back is if one of your friends slingshots themselves into your body. But it's like really unreliable as far as like the controls. So you're just flying around missing things half the time. It took us forever to do anything.
Yeah, it's not a good game. Not a good 1 out of 10.
Whoa, you got 1 point. Nice.
Well, never play again. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll never be played again.
Yeah.
And then we played Soulcalibur on Wednesday.
Soulcalibur's fun. Yeah. The customization's like pretty satisfying.
Yeah, super in depth.
Oh yeah.
We pretty much played every character.
Yeah, just about. Yeah. In fact, we did. I think we tried out every character at least once. I created a weird. What do they call them? Like shapeshifters or something like that. And so he has no discernible features
He
really.
looks kind of like Mr. Manhattan.
But I made him blue, so he looks
Dr.
like
Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah. and gave him the deepest voice. Like I just like turned everything down and like really weird. And so now when he talks, it's like whoa, 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 whoa.
It's just the bass that shakes the entire house, but you can't understand anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great. And when he gets hit, it happens too. So he's like whoa, 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 whoa.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And I made him a maxi clone, obviously.
Yeah.
I have to.
I lost six times in a row.
Online.
No, against my my character.
Against his created character versus my creative character.
Who was based off of...
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, apparently we're not giving away details of Matt's character because he wants to reveal it to Fistcake.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah,
okay,
and then
the
Matt
big
rallied
reveal.
back.
And won.
Because...
I was like, we're going until I win one.
Yeah. And as it turns out, I'm not sure if you have the same opinion because you're playing on a controller too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the D-pad is just like you have to.
Yeah,
play
the D-pad is so much better than the analog stick.
Yeah, don't play with the stick if you are.
Yeah,
because the like for instance,
you don't move nearly as far.
You can't dodge like.
Yeah, as like
the sidestepping is so much harder with the stick.
Mm.
So. Yeah, I would suggest if anybody's playing with a controller, just do the D-pad.
Yeah, the D-pad is much better. What else did we play? Or what else we did? We started doing the story mode in that.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. We made a skeleton guy. His name is Mr. Death, Dr. Death.
Yeah, you have no problem with Dr.
Oh, you did the created character story mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is there another story mode? Like, is there a main story mode that doesn't have a created character?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we created a character. His name's Dr. Death, and he has kind of like I am Dr. Death. You know, he's like, and we're
he's
trying
a skeleton.
And he's just 100%. And what's crazy with the skeletons, I didn't realize this, but you can't give him clothes. So you make a skeleton character, you can't put clothes on him, so he's just a skeleton. Which
well,
is
really? you can't because I think we have to unlock equipment and
maybe
stuff like
that's what it is. We didn't try to create a skeleton in the regular customize, but in the storyline customize, it didn't give us any options.
Yeah,
because I've definitely seen skeletons with clothes on them.
That's
so
what I was expecting. We wanted to make a pirate skeleton initially, and then it just didn't work.
And then it's kind of shitty because you can't import your created character.
Yeah, you have to create a whole new one just for the storyline.
Lame.
Yeah, so you like if you spend a ton of hours making like this special character, and then you go, I'm going to play the storyline now with my character, and it's like, you want to create a character now? You can't use your other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're in a different continuity. It's not in this timeline. Sorry.
I had a joke about Mario, and then I lost it. I was gonna be like, "Oh, your princess is another continuity," but I couldn't think of it, so I just gave up.
Yeah, you just stopped everything.
Yeah,
the laugh, everything, just dead.
But we're role playing that character as like an evil.
Yeah, he's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
everybody.
Then we didn't stream Thursday. Friday we went hung out with Chrissy and Jenna.
Right.
Thursday morning I streamed with Coulter.
Thronebreaker.
Was
it Thursday
Witcher
morning or
Tales.
Friday morning?
It's Friday morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Thronebreaker.
Yeah, so Thronebreaker, go into more detail on that because I don't.
It's like the Gwent single player game. It's like $30, and it has it's like a whole full RPG / like point and click kind of thing.
So is it actually?
And all the battles are in Gwent.
Oh, that's cool.
But I suck at Gwent. I don't understand it. But Coulter is good at Gwent. Did all the achievements for The Witcher 3. So I was like, all right, you do the Gwent, and then I'll do the story stuff. And we've been having a good time.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
It is a good game so far.
Like, what type of character do you play as? Like,
you play as Queen Maeve.
Queen Maeve. Oh.
Yeah.
Is there like
sets in between Witcher 3 and 2.
Is there a lot of like court stuff?
No, we're on the. This is like right when the Nilfgaardians War starts happening.
Oh, and like in Witcher 3, that's after that war, right?
It's not after it; is during it as well.
Is it all during?
But this is like at the beginning of it.
Gotcha. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tell like a little, like give you more lore and backstory to the overall thing. It's nice.
But yeah, it's super
more
cool. You
lore.
have like choices and stuff, and then you have like your. They have like a lot of puzzle battles where they'll give you a set amount of cards, and you have an objective, and then you have to figure out how to kill like certain things and not kill other things. We had to kill a mad cow without it killing other cows on its lane. I mean, Coulter did it. I don't understand it, but he did it.
You had to stop the cow.
Mm-hmm.
The bad man. I watched you play that, and I think it looked like the choices are kind of hard sometimes because they use old time talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Yeah.
made like the wrong choice, like well, not the wrong choice, but the choice you don't want to make like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The time I watched.
old English, and then there's one scene where they just said like it was just like a bunch of vowels put together. They're like and I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like I don't know what that means. And they're like, you should say that. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to say it. I don't know. I don't know what it does.
Oh God.
Now I'm curious as to why certain like is that for everything? Like it all speaks in old English, or is that for like when you're talking to particular characters and stuff?
It's mostly old English
Yeah.
all the time. And I ain't got the, I don't put the brain power to think about that. I'm thinking about, should I kill these people or let them go? That's what I'm thinking
Should I
about.
kill or let them go?
And then we play Melee.
Yep. And yesterday I did better than I did today. I'll just say that right now.
Although you did better today than you did yesterday.
Okay, apparently. Well, I did better as Marth yesterday.
Yeah, you didn't play Martha at all today.
No, I didn't. Maybe I should have. Yeah, I hit some kind of weird, like... Yeah, that's right. I did play terribly yesterday. I must have blocked it out entirely.
Yeah.
So, I think we told you that we're doing like half the episode, we're doing a regular one, then the other half we're using that stats thing.
Slippy or whatever.
Yeah, Slippy. Matt got the first 4-stock on the Slippy thing against me yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
After 4-stocking me in a regular game just before that.
Yeah. I double 4-stocked him.
Yeah, and then that's 2 4-stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the price of one.
And he almost 4-stacked me 3 times today.
Yeah.
But I didn't let it happen.
Yeah.
I rallied.
There you go.
And was able to take 1 stock.
Yeah, and in one of the stocks I took, you were up to 214%.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Just refuses to die.
Life's hard out there for a Samus player. Although what's great is there's a Samus player named Duck who got to grand finals against one of the greatest players in the world as Samus. And in grand finals, you do 2 sets. So the person who's on winner's side has like a defense set that he can have, where if he wins, then he just wins. But you have to,
you have to beat him twice.
You have to beat him twice. And he took the first set 3-0 against that guy as Samus.
Oof. And then got 3-0'd.
And then got 3-0 by him in the next set. But it was a good day for Samus for, I guess, everyone else.
There you go. just not you.
The overall Samus world is feeling okay. But man, yesterday was real bad.
Yeah, full Falco weekends are very tough for you.
Oh yeah, because all you do is just get more and more.
Yeah, I just get better without having to switch between Fox and Falco. It's so much easier. Switching like cuts my tech skill like 30%.
The one thing that I can say though is I don't think I've missed a single attempt to get the extended grab. And I've always gotten at least 1 grab off of it, and I'm really happy about that. The extended grab is this thing that Samus can do, where you have to press grab and then do like a crazy button combination on the D-pad, and then it allows you to. It basically acts like it's an aerial grab, so your grab's like twice as long as Samus, and she already has that tether thing. And so it's twice as long, and you can hold down L, and it will home
to the person,
to people. So you can be down below, and the person can be across the stage on another platform above you, and it'll go whoop right up to them. And you can do crazy shit with it. You can be like, the person can be behind you, and you can do it, and it'll like wrap around you and grab him. It's nuts. It's not crazy useful, but I feel like I don't feel like I'm that bad with it anymore. I used to be real bad with it and like would try to use it, but I actually get stuff off of it. When I have the chance. I can't use it in a normal game because we have all these mods and setups where if I use the D-pad, it fucks with shit. But in the Slippy one, we have to use regular melee, and then I let it fly.
There you go. And then the real smacking begins.
Yeah, but I think that's about it besides Red Dead.
Barely not getting 4-stocked.
That's right. That's where I live.
This is my home now.
But
I've made it very cozy.
We played Red Dead, but we'll talk about that after we're done with some of these other things.
Yeah. So first things first here, just a quick kind of thing. One of the characters coming to Soulcalibur 6 is 2B from Nier Automata. And did you watch the video for that, Fiskik?
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, it's just like
looks pretty cool. I feel like her set's gonna be pretty interesting because she has like a lot of attacks that kind of are disjointed around her, with the blade
Yeah.
thing that spins. So I'm just thinking now after we played for a bit, I'm like, okay, how do you get around that? Because it's a little bit similar to Aswell, I think is his name. He's the magician guy who's trying to save the world by doing bad things. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's like the magician.
Yeah.
He's like Noctis summons all of his weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You did not. Okay, wait, well,
I
well,
don't get the reference, but I do. I understand what you're talking about. I
so
get it. Yeah.
that would be pretty cool. And I'm actually usually it's a weird feeling like with Geralt, I'm like not too, his set seems okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Is the DLC is that going to be like an add-on, or is that going to be like straight up you got to pay for a DLC?
It's going to be straight up. You got to pay for a DLC.
Yeah.
Do you know how much that is, or is it just been announced and then they're going to release it with other stuff?
They had some pricing stuff. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, 'cause
DLC
I know Smash 4 they released characters in groups sometimes, so you would get like 2 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So which was nice because they weren't like that cheap.
No, they're like $6.
Yeah, but then there's like what four DLCs in Smash 4, or is there more than that?
There's Roy, Ryu, Cloud, Bayonetta, Lucas,
There's ones we're missing.
and they group 3 together.
Yeah.
Ryu,
Well, that's what I was talking about. Like 4 releases.
Lucas,
or
and
something, I
Roy.
thought.
They grouped them together, and then they
Right.
had Cloud and Bayo.
I thought there was another one too. Yeah, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It was just nice that they grouped them together.
Sorry, I'm still digging,
cool.
but it looks like you can get a season pass. I just want the goddamn information. Why has it got to be so fucking
I feel like they
hard?
hide that shit because they want you to get the season pass.
Whoops.
Well, it's weird. It looked like one character was like $10. So I'm guessing it must be like game editions. Here we go. Let me deluxe edition.
Oh, there's a Soulcalibur 6 Tira is $6.
Season pass includes
Yeah.
5 packs, 3 playable character. Okay.
It seems like you can get the season pass, or you can buy them separately for probably $6. Because Tira is $6 and she's an available DLC.
There we go.
The season
Bazinga.
pass looks like it only is going to have 2 characters, or no, 3 characters.
So 3
Mhm.
characters, and then you get creation parts. So you get extra like stuff you can put. You can make your customized characters with, I guess.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're bringing out 2B. I wonder if they're going to be all crossover characters. I don't know. That'd be
Yeah,
kind of cool.
Yeah, they announced 2B, and that's the second one. So what's the third one going to be?
Not 2B.
That's right, because it's already been the second one.
Got him. Yeah, that's kind of cool. They did a really good job of and basically making her look like she's straight from Nier with her attacks and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a
Looks
good job with
exactly
that.
the same.
Did you see that thing at the end of the video flash up for her alternate skin, and it's basically just her wearing a nightie?
You can have her wear that in
Okay.
Nier Automata, and it's the same outfit that in the original Nier, the girl in that wears.
Oh.
Oh, like the-
lore.
The daughter or your companion friend?
The companion friend.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Okay.
If the daughter wore that.
Yeah, it do.
Well, I didn't see the dress, so I don't know what nighty thing you were talking about. I think the daughter wears a dress too.
Yeah, this one literally
Remember,
looks
I-
like a nightie.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can't wait to play some more of that.
So, Fiske, why don't you tell us about the Twitch group streaming thing?
So TwitchCon happened. If anybody cared, they came out with some cool new things, such as Twitch Sings. Oh, well, it's not out yet. They're working on it. And, Twitch Sings is really the cool thing I want to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
It's
No.
karaoke on Twitch with
Yeah, it's-
interaction. So, I'm really curious. Do
Who
they let people
cares?
like connect through and then you hear their voice? Like, are you just going to hear random Twitch people singing to karaoke?
No, I imagine it's like an app or a game you download, you play it like you normally do with games, and then you stream it. I can look into it here in a second, but an actual cool feature, only a few years behind Mixer, but I mean, whatever, is the squad streams, where you and 3 other streamers, I think.
Yeah, I think it's up to 4.
4
could be
total
wrong,
can
though.
stream together and basically have like the same stream page, but you share it with your friends, and viewers can switch between each stream and like go through each chat and whatnot. And basically what it looks like is there's like a huge main screen, and there's like 3 like little mini screens underneath that, and you just can kind of click on which one you want to have up on the main screen and see what all the hubbub's all about, which is really cool. I mean, I'm glad they finally came out with that, because that's going to make things easier.
Yeah,
it really sucks. Yeah, it really sucks that Mixer's had it for like 2 or 3 years now, because that's all the people fucking talk about on Mixers. Like, we got this, we got mixed streaming, we got group streaming.
We're able to do this because we have 10 people total on our website, so it doesn't take that much bandwidth to add new features quickly.
Got him.
Got him, idiots. Yeah, come to Mixer.
So it says here that you can perform duets with your community, but then it also makes it sound like they're not going to be like singing with you. But apparently, when you're in the crowd in Twitch Sings, you're literally like in the crowd, and you can like request the next song and cheer to activate light shows on stage, and then give like challenges to the people. So,
like who, like
I don't know.
like
I mean,
when they're
it's gonna be a
when they're
hit.
brains. I don't think it's gonna be a hit at all.
What are you talking about, dude?
I don't think it's gonna
It's
be.
going to
a
be
hit
a hit
at
with
all.
the women, with all
There's
the
gonna be-
female streamers.
It's gonna be like a week where people are like, "Let's try out this new feature," and then promptly forget about it. I
Maybe,
guarantee you, 100%.
But it's gonna be big for that week.
I don't know with what
I'm in there.
music.ly or whatever. A lot of
Musically?
people like to, well, not musically. It's music.ly, Spencer. It's an
Yeah,
app,
it's Musical.ly.
God.
Dude, a period means you have to pause.
Right, but everyone just calls
You
it
had to-
Musically. So
I'm just saying, not grammatically correct. I'm with you, Fizzcake. I'm with you.
Got him. But with that, I imagine this will probably be bigger than we want it to be. But
I might be,
basically, like, I'm gonna expect the worst.
shocked, but I don't think I will be.
gonna be straight shook. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But mostly excited about the group streaming thing, because that's gonna make our things a lot easier.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wish they would have a universal chat. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think
that's
maybe
it.
it'll have it in this.
Well, the only problem with
No.
that is like who you give bids to. I mean, I guess you can add them or something, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we just solved
Okay,
that problem.
yeah.
I don't want to talk about this. Get out of here. Was this a discussion podcast?
So up next on the docket, Fallout 76 beta. So I have an article here of this guy who had played the initial preview and then played the beta, and he mentions that like the games are like there's lots of changes in between versions. But one of the main things that I wanted to bring up as a feature that I'm curious about what you guys might think of is there seems to be, and maybe it's just the beta, but there seems to be an issue with having so many players in an area. Like apparently everything is crowded, and they have.
I thought they only had like a max of like 24 people on a server or whatever.
Let me explain. So, as a part of this, the single player content, you have like audio logs you can listen to and terminals, just like with Fallout 4 and everything
Well,
else.
there's no NPCs in the entire game either.
And so the audio logs autoplay when you pick them up, right? But this guy was talking about how he had a lot of issues with picking up an audio log, but then having like other players be there, and like this one guy already finished the quest, so he's trying to tell you how to finish it, and it's just really like hectic. And they have a ton of game events going on where like literally you can't escape them. Like he was doing one quest where it was like a single player thing, and then events started happening, these things started spawning, and he couldn't, like it just enveloped the area he happened to be in, and so he had to fight. And what he found was that it was really hard not to get caught up in all of these different events that were happening, where it's really hard to have like a single player experience or do anything that.
Well, yeah, but they never marketed this as a single player experience.
Yeah, I guess
So I
that's
don't
a
know
poor
why
choice of
this
words.
dude is like.
Well, he says he likes it. He wants to play it again, but he was just bringing up some of the negatives where
Yeah, but
it
like-
felt like it was too much.
I mean, sure, but then he's like, it's not. It's mostly multiplayer. That's what we want.
Right. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
me as in Bethesda.
He says because if it's a fundamentally chaotic game, it's also fundamentally a very long-term game. Is what he says is one of the reasons why you should play it. He feels like the distractions and interferences
Why don't you just say fucking nothing, my
and
dude?
little aggravations are taking on a little more weight when people are up against time limit trying out things for the first time. So here's some thoughts. You have stash boxes. So now instead of having to take all of your salvage stuff back to your base, there's like these little built-up areas that you can just go to, and there's like a workbench sometimes and a bed, so you don't have to make a camp right away. Because he was talking about how the camp is mobile, but it's not that mobile once you start building onto the camp, and it keeps its original configuration of its original location. So if you move it somewhere else, you gotta like think about that. And then there's some add-ons that make it harder to just pick up and go. So he was talking about how it's nice to have these salvage, these stash box locations, so that you can kind of put off deciding where you want to put your camp until you find like a place that you really want to put it, because it's not the type of thing that you just put and like I'm going to move again and do that type of thing. So I thought that was an interesting little bit. There's VATS in the game, and apparently it didn't work on the premiere, but then they fixed it. And now, and the one thing that he doesn't go into on here is, does it slow down time? It seems like it just highlights parts of the body. And he says that you need to have it because the frame rates you're getting, at least in the beta, it's almost impossible trying to just kill things without the VATS.
Yeah.
He was talking about how even using a machete, he was like, it just wasn't great. And it's much better just to use the VATS instead.
Yeah, apparently the ghouls are way too quick. And
the ghouls are extremely fast, according to this guy.
But yeah, VATS doesn't slow it down. It's what you said, that just highlights their body parts, because they're like, well, you can't slow down a multiplayer game, so we just take out the cool part of VATS and you just have fun.
Yeah.
No slow-mo animation killing, no nothing.
Yeah.
And the more you look into this article, it just keeps saying, like, basically, I had more fun when there was like nobody around.
He was talking about how the main like quest stuff kind of clashes with all of the multiplayer event stuff that's happening, because it all happens in the same areas. And so he was like trying to do some stuff, and he found that he couldn't escape like the multiplayer events. Like he kept getting roped in, and apparently the creatures just follow you forever. You have to just kill them basically.
Great.
So there's a lot of situations where you can't just avoid it unless you just literally just stay out of that entire area and just not do the quest thing until it's done. But he does say that maybe it could be just at a higher rate because it is the beta, so they want to give people as much chance to do stuff. But yeah, so that is kind of, I guess, a little bit of what to expect when playing the game as far as the main experience. He did say it's like a really nice looking game, but you never have time just to like take it in, because there's always something happening.
Shit's popping off constantly.
Yeah, and you're saying there's like.
Speak of the pop off.
Yeah.
Speaking of popping.
But yeah, so I just wanted to bring it up and just see what you guys thought as far as like, does that sound like, are we going to be interested in trying to play the game when it releases?
Not when it, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Unless it's good. But everything I've read was like, doesn't have an identity, doesn't know what it wants to be. It's like Rust mixed with Fallout. Like, and I'm like, that doesn't, it's not 2013 anymore. That doesn't appeal to me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Barely appealed to you then.
Barely.
Yeah. I had to see, like what Matt said, I had to see the reviews and see what they say, but I'm probably going to be swamped with Red Dead bullshit until the end of time anyway, so.
Yeah. It's
You'd still be there looting.
Yeah.
Right.
I was really curious to see how the overall multiplayer thing would turn out, and it just seems like it's exactly what they said, which is a ton of player characters all running around doing stuff. Mm-hmm. And
I don't know if it's a ton though. Isn't it just 24 or 32 or something like that?
He was talking about like he would just run into people all the time, and maybe it's because the everyone was trying to do the quests for stuff, and so maybe he ran into people because he was doing like storyline ish stuff, and so people also happened to be doing that at the same time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the way you were talking about it is it was hard to get a moment alone.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not really, I don't wish it would fail, but I'm not hyped for it.
Right. All right.
We shall see.
Now we get to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, thank God. Oh, been waiting for the entire podcast for this moment.
You've got
the entire podcast. What?
Matt was spelling out the name of the game. Yeah, so Fiskeg, why don't you? I mean, what were your initial impressions of it, and how far did you get?
Oh, it's so slow. It's so slow. It's making me fight against everything that has me, like I always like, well, oh, gotta go beat the game, gotta do everything. But it's like, no, settle down, partner. Just enjoy this tale about going in the winter and, fucking up shit, partner.
Yeah, I love that they set it in deep snow when you first arrive. Their first impressions of the game move as slowly as possible.
Oh yeah, it's so slow. But I'm still trying to figure out if that's a bad or a good thing. It's just maybe it's because I'm used like we've played Yakuza, so we're kind of used to slow stuff most of the time. But
there's like a style to it.
For Yakuza, yeah.
Well, the thing is about fucking Red Dead is that it's not consistent with its slowness. So like combat's not slow.
The combat's surprisingly fast.
But you want to go shopping or something like that, you got to flip through pages. You got to you want to pick up a can of beans, you got to fucking look at the beans. You got to think about it for a second. You're like, I want these fucking beans. And you're like, Arthur's like, yeah, I want those beans. And then he goes and puts it in his damn satchel every time.
Yeah, he has to physically put it in the satchel.
Looks at it. Yeah, that's what I want. Puts it in his satchel, closes the satchel, can't have that shit open. He might drop something.
Yeah.
His other beans.
Mind you, this is like a 3-second animation, but it's like over and over again.
Yeah, when you're trying to loot. And I love it in the beginning because you're having to loot that house or whatever. This is the very beginning. I'm trying to loot the house, and the Dutch is in the background yelling at me to hurry up. Bitch, I'm going as fast as this game will let me. Okay? All right?
I'm looting.
I'm going. You wanted me to loot the house? I'm looting the house. Wait, what else you want? It's just funny to me that they would code that, like, they give you, like, 3 minutes. And they're like, I don't know. It's 3 minutes worth of animations.
Yeah, it's a lot. One thing that the game, I don't remember it saying something, although when it does give you information, it doesn't do it in a way where it's like it confirms that you saw it. It'll just pop it up at the top left and just assume that you're just going to read it immediately when it pops up, and then it goes away forever. You never see it again. So I've missed like half of a paragraph of like some info on like a feature of the game, and I'm just like, well, we'll figure it out, I guess. But one thing that the game didn't tell you, at least as far as I could tell, was that you can just hold down the pickup button, like whatever is it X on PS4?
No, it's square.
Is it square? You can just hold down square, and he'll automatically go through like all the drawers and something and pick up everything that's important.
Yeah.
And I just we just didn't know that, so Matt was going through and pressing the button every time, which made it worse. Definitely, but it's still really long.
Yeah, it's not like
even
it
with
saves
that, it's
you
just lazier.
That much shit. Like he still looks at it and he's still like, that shit, fucking beans, and he puts it in his satchel. Like, just I don't understand it.
There's other parts too where it's like, why? And this is just the way that it presents the information to you. Like when you sell a ton of stuff, or donate a ton of stuff to the camp, it has to like go through and like acknowledge every single like step of the process. You've already sold everything, but then as you're walking away, it's like ka-ching, 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 like what you gave them. Like, why does it need to do that at all? It's just weird. And it gives you every bit of how much extra cash your camp gets. It's like, this gave it 80 cents. I'm like, that's great, cool. Now I know that giving it a piece of, I don't know, squirrel or something like that gives the camp 80 cents. That's nice.
Now I know how to make the camp richer. I'm kind of confused with some missions you do, like the camp gets its share, but it doesn't come up in your camp money. Because I've done missions where the camp gets like fucking $600, $700, but I go to the camp, it's like, not here. No, sorry, it's the gang that gets the share, but I guess the camp isn't the same part as the gang.
Yeah, everyone
so it's just arbitrary money.
Yeah. Have you looked at the ledger at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it sweet when you just look at the ledger and then it's just Arthur, and then there's like Bob. You're like, thanks, Bob, and he donates 80 cents or some shit. You're like, I've given hundreds of dollars to the camp.
Yeah.
I'm the only one doing it.
And I'm the camp now.
Matt even upgraded Dutch's tent, which apparently is supposed to give people more incentive to actually donate to the camp. Like, surviving as a group isn't incentive enough.
Yeah.
No, it's too much. The cool part after that is you unlock the fast travel thing.
Yeah, didn't quite.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until like literally today. I'm about. I'm in chapter 3. Let me look at some stuff real quick. You can continue vamping.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't quite get it. Not that we didn't know, but you were buying some other stuff instead.
Yeah, I bought a lot of clothes.
Matt's decked
Yeah,
himself
clothes are pretty cool.
out.
Yeah.
We went to Strawberry, and while we were there, Matt grabbed like a whole new outfit.
Pretty much a whole new outfit.
Yeah.
Um,
We spent like a good amount of time just poring over what hat to pick, what type of suspenders. Should I get new boots? None of these boots look good. Yeah, fuck it. It's like,
Okay. Wait until you get to different cities where they have different stuff available. It's always fun. I'm 12 hours, and I think I figured out 12 to 14, and finally got to chapter 3, which I think there's like 8 total chapters. I looked into some stuff like how many chapters in Red Dead, and they're like, well, there's 6 main story chapters, and then there's 2 epilogue chapters. I'm like, what? So there's 8 chapters. There's not 6,
just say
then
8
2
chapters.
I guess maybe they're trying to tell people you could probably, I guess, technically be done with the game with 6, but why would you stop there if there's 2 more chapters?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
They're like unrelated to Arthur or something like that.
I was about to say, imagine what happened in the end of Red Dead 1 probably happens here, but your secondary character is actually cool, which might probably be John, I would imagine, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see how it
overall,
goes.
the game is great.
Yeah.
It's really
I love the
good.
game. I didn't
But
really care about the animation thing,
it's
the
just-
looting thing.
It takes so long to do anything that's not shooting people. And that's so fucking annoying because it was the same problem in Red Dead 1 where you'd be like, I'm going to skin this fucking thing. And then there's like a 4 to 5 second animation that you can't skip unless you park your horse on top of it,
Yeah,
which
apparently.
they fixed in this game. Bastards.
Yeah, apparently in Red Dead 1, you could park your horse on top of whatever it was you were trying to do, and it
And
would
skip
like
the
skip
animation.
it. And in this one, they have even longer ones, which, by the way, the animation is really cool.
Yeah.
It's a really cool animation.
Yeah, the first time you see it. The first time you're like, that's sick. I just skinned this bear. Wow, look at the time. It's night. But to see that every single time is fucking stupid.
I think you picked up like 4 different. Well, I guess the max is like 3 animal carcasses that you can have on the horse, a big one and the 2 small ones, and it took you like 25 minutes total to like hunt them and then do the thing, and it was all like in a pretty small area. Like you found a lot of things pretty close by, but I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like there's a lot of features that I feel like could be toggleable, where you don't. I mean, for people who want to have that experience every time, and sure, if you're sitting down and you're like, I want to have a whole session where I just go and hunt and really get into it, then yeah, you can have those features on. But like if you're just riding through somewhere on your way to a quest and you're like, there's a turkey, I'm going to pick up this turkey. And then you're like, okay, and then you got to do this thing, and it's like a whole deal. Although turkeys doesn't really take that long, but I digress. It's just like, and even besides that, there's this whole other thing. I'm not sure if you've been looking online, but there's this whole other conversation about crime and getting away with things, and bandanas apparently not working to hide your identity at all.
Oh, it's not a discussion. I've experienced this problem where you wear the bandana, you do a crime, but people like figure out it's you instantly. But I also found out that you have to kind of like switch clothes occasionally. That way they don't suspect you.
It's really muddy because the game doesn't really tell you. It just says, yeah, wear the bandana, and they won't even recognize you. But I think what the game's trying to tell you, and what some people found out, is if you do a crime and you wear the bandana, but then you don't let the lawman see you and get away, you can come back and like sometimes they don't recognize you, and then other times you have to be prepared, depending on I guess the level of the bounty, to like change your hair or change your clothes to hide your identity during the wanted portion or something. It's like there's a bunch of extra steps that they just don't tell you what you need to do, so it's really confusing and for a lot of people frustrating. This one guy I was reading, he had like $200 or $300 on his bounty, and he was like, well, I didn't want to give him all my money, so I donated all my cash that I had to the camp and then turned myself in. And that was the way I got around that.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I've
do say
committed
that
zero
in the-
crimes, so I don't have to worry about the bandana thingy. Well, crimes that aren't story missions. Look, I accidentally murdered one dude. It was an accident.
Wasn't he a
God.
witness to something?
He was a witness. I was trying to talk him down, and then he punched me in the face, and then I went to punch him, like normal
but you
cowboys.
just got done getting him out of the hog tie, right?
Yeah, so I had the knife equipped, and I just stabbed this bitch in the neck
Yeah.
and
Oh,
just
shit.
killed him. And I'm like,
No hesitation.
none. He punched me, stab him. I'm like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, I was expecting
That
you to punch him.
escalated.
But no, you still had the knife in your hand from cutting him free from the hog tie.
I have that. I think I had that happen one time when I was punching a guy. I think I was like trying to lock on him or something. I don't know why. And I pressed like the gun button. So I just pulled out a gun and he just punched me in the face again. He's like, don't bring that shit into here. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, sir. I just meant to keep punching you.
God, and the fucking menus. You made me remember the menus. They're so bad. The weapon wheel shit that you have to do.
Weapon wheel's rough. Yeah. All the
It's
items,
so
anything with a wheel is pretty rough.
terrible.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, all right, you got to do, you want to put on your bandana or whatever. You got to hit the L button, you got to hold it. And then you got to hit R, and then you have to navigate to the thing, and then you're supposed to like highlight it,
And
but
then-
then let go, and then you'll
With
equip
the
it.
L1. Yeah. It
What
took
the
me a long
fuck?
time to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, there's been so many weapon wheels in the whole world, that have been, scienced out that are perfect or whatever. And then Red Dead's like, nah, why don't we just like fuck it up?
Why don't we just change like one small part of it that nobody expects and just makes it more confusing? One thing that I noticed that a lot of people were annoyed with that we also had seen was there's a lot of situations where all like depending on what happens in between locations, you'll have like a weapon on you and then just like randomly all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, apparently all of my big weapons are just on the horse and now I just have a pistol.
Well, one time I died, a
Yeah.
cougar killed me.
Oh, yeah, the cougar
And-
killed Matt. And like, oh, go ahead. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
let you tell.
Oh,
Get out of here.
the cougar killed me, obviously, and I came back. I had no weapons, none.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
They were all gone.
they're all gone. I had to reload.
Yeah. And you
I
had
had
weapons
to
again.
Get your guns. Oh.
Yeah,
But it was like kind of concerning for a little bit.
yeah,
Like,
because I did a whole mission, and I just had the knife.
yeah.
I was like, I really hope I got to kill a bunch of people, because all I got is a knife.
See how this works.
Yeah.
I've I was like Coulter was watching me play and Jesus Christ, the dogs just escaped the cage. I was like kind of like talking over with him about the weapon wheel thing, and it's like, yeah, it'd be cool if they did the weapon stuff with the D-pad. I'm like, yeah, that would have been cool, but they have too much shit in this game that they had to shove onto the D-pads. Whereas I would probably prefer like the journal, the satchel, and everything on the item thing, and you just like cycle through your guns with the D-pad. I'd rather have that than like fucking anything else than the
Yeah.
fucking current system.
Yeah, but then how would they be able to have a special menu for you to set up to switch out guns while on the horse? It just wouldn't work,
You're-
this kick.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I
It
tried.
just wouldn't work.
Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, obviously.
Yeah, they've thought about this
yeah,
apparently.
no.
Yeah.
They put exactly one iota of a thought into their weapon wheel.
What's funny about it is
They had the intern do it.
and although we haven't found this guy yet, but Matt was doing a stranger like side quest. Or there was one where you had to take pictures of 4 legendary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
People?
and you did all those things, so you couldn't find the guy afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah.
What
Same
the
here.
fuck?
I don't know. I haven't Googled it yet, but I'm probably going to
Oh,
after this.
Googled
he's
it.
supposed to be at the bar.
Yeah, he's supposed to be there.
Oh,
Yeah, I already googled it.
okay.
Yeah. He's not there.
Okay.
And then to add insult to injury, because I check it every time I fucking go to Valentine, every time I ride my sick ass horse, he has a mohawk. All
And
right,
a braided tail.
Hey, a braided tail. He doesn't give a fuck except about me. So I'm riding. I hitch his ass to the thing, and I go in there, and the bartender's like, "Hey, how's it going? Oh, it's you again. Hey, you want some food?" And then one time he's like, "Hey, weren't you talking to that dude about that one gun slinger guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And
And
then
then
all
that's
the
it.
options are just food or drink. And I'm like, Are you? Where is he? Where is he,
What's the
Mr.
last time you seen
Bartender?
him? Yeah, because I was like super pumped because like as soon as I have him, like, oh, I like money because it's like, oh, do this for me, you'll get some money. I'm like, sweet. I do it. I go through the entire fucking world hunting these fuckers down.
Yeah.
And I come back, he's not there. I'm like, oh, did I miss something? Am I an idiot? I don't know. I'll come back to it later. I've like always like you. I kind of like every time I go back into Valentine, I just take a little peek. I'm like, oh, is he? No.
No.
Okay. All right. See you guys later. Okay.
Yeah, and the quest log is really good in this game. It's really good. So it tells you what you need to do, or like gives you a hint or something. It's really,
It doesn't give you any
really
hints.
good.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the journal?
Yeah.
No. Well, the
Okay.
Well, no, like there's a
the
quest
log,
log.
the left on the D-pad, it just pulls
Hey,
up
how's
like
it
a
going,
list,
El Senor?
just like a list of what you've been given.
Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, and we didn't even know that existed for a while. Like that there was a log. Yeah, there's a log that tells you
I just
kind of
found
like
out.
conversations that you've had with people and like what they need and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them is the thing, and it's just like, yeah, get the 4 things, and it's like, oh,
I got the 4 things.
and then like, and it,
Also, where the fuck is Dutch's pipe at? I'm supposed to get him.
yeah, you're supposed to get Dutch a pipe. Apparently, it's in there.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to find a pipe or something. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but there's a log that tells you all that, but that it doesn't like it doesn't go any further. You can't highlight
It's one
it.
of the very few buttons you just have to click. You don't have to hold it down.
Right. And it doesn't seem to give you an option to even like maybe highlight over one of the side quests and like make, like select it or anything. Because there's nothing that happens, and you can't rehear like instructions of where to go for stuff either. So it's just there running like, hey, there's this thing you talked to this guy about. We won't give you any information about it. And when you go to the journal, he doesn't really talk about it. So good luck.
Played
Yeah,
14
exactly.
minutes. I mean,
So I
obviously,
played. Yeah.
I'm harping on more of the negatives. I think the game is great. It just had some fucking stupid ass design decisions that are just archaic.
Do you want to talk about the Deadeye thing where the pressing of the buttons and it's all weird?
Yeah, I get really flipped up with the controls when it comes to like the Deadeye situation. I've died multiple times because I'm like, all right, hold L2 to talk to this dude. I'm gonna fake surrender. All right, then I'm gonna hit Deadeye and pull out my gun, and it's like, nah.
You gotta pull your gun first.
You
yeah.
gotta pull your gun first, and then I get hammered with bullets and I die. And I'm like, I wanted to be like a quick movement, but it's not. It's just like he's not even sneaky about it. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna surrender, and then I'm gonna pull my gun. I'm pulling the gun now. Don't do, and then you're dead, and you're like, all right, that's cool. Fucking dumb.
There's this thing that flashed up on the screen, and I looked it up, and nobody really knows like how to do it. It's the like press the R2 slowly to fill up your full meter thing.
I don't know what the fuck
And this
that
guy's
is
like,
either.
Oh,
just
took me
press
a
it as
sec.
fast as possible. Just do it as fast as possible.
Every time I do it slow,
Oh, really?
I lose the thing first because they shoot me. I'm over there and I'm like, I'm gonna get you. And
Yeah.
they're like,
So what were you gonna say about it? Did you have a better experience with it?
Oh yeah, I mean, it took me like my first duel took me like 2 or 3 tries, and then I managed to get a hang of it. But I didn't. I thought the quicker you pull it, the less Deadeye you have.
So like
So,
I guess
maybe-
if you're in like an actual duel, maybe you can like bank up and like stare him down and do like a little poker face,
yeah.
and then Deadeye, right?
Yeah, but
then
like-
like in a fight, that's not gonna.
Well, you don't do that in a fight, but in the duels, they also don't have any kind of like we're gonna shoot when this bird squawks. There's none of
You
that.
just gotta watch their hand.
You just
yeah.
have to watch them, and I'm like, this isn't how the movies are.
That's how it
The
works.
movies, they're always like the third chime of the church bell. That's when we draw.
Did you know that your horse can have unlimited stamina?
I did not know that.
How?
You tap X as your
As the
same time your
gallop?
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that out yesterday. I think after like hour 10 or so, it just randomly showed up. It's like, hey, if you do this, you don't use your stamina. I'm like, oh, great. I've been doing this for 10 hours. Thanks for telling me this now. But
So
yeah.
like basically just like in Grand Theft Auto where you run it, and if you tap the X, you can just keep running.
No, that was only in
But you
Grand
gotta
Theft
time
Auto
it.
3 and
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not San Andreas, but the other one,
Vice City.
Vice City.
Yeah, it was like that in Grand Theft Auto 3. That's the game I was thinking of. I wasn't sure if it was in the other ones or not. But yeah, being able to tap it and just keep going.
glad you're enjoying the game, El Senor. We do enjoy it. I actually I love the game. It's pretty good. It just has it's very just came out. It's got some stuff to work on, and
it
some
does have some
design
flaws.
choices are like okay.
Yeah, like
I think that the design choice, it was mostly intentional for the fact that like they want you to like really do it slow until like you said, there's gunfights or like you're being chased by like 15 people on horseback and you're trying to fucking twist around and shoot people while driving your horse and make sure you don't hit a goddamn tree. Like I've hit in so many fucking trees and people because I'm so used to games like you know. I think Red Dead 1 did this, where you just kind of like hold X or you'll push forward or something. It mostly follows the trail pretty well.
Yeah.
This game is too realistic for that, so it just like if you keep holding X, you don't follow the trail. You kind of follow the trail, but if there's something
you have
in
to
the
go
way,
with the cinematic view.
Yeah. So if you're not in a fight and you go into cinematic view and you hold X or whatever, it'll follow the trail.
It'll follow the trail then.
Only then, though.
Only then.
Yeah.
Man,
They don't tell you that.
But it also just doesn't work in a battle either.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. One time Matt was chasing down. It was part of one of the quests, chasing this kid who was like joining a cult or some shit, and riding the horse, and you have to jump over this fence and then jump over another fence, and Matt cut the corner on the fence a little bit, and the horse.
Yeah, my horse hit his back leg on it, and then we just fucking.
And he took a tumble.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny, but it was like it was just so sudden. You're just like da da da, and just like toof,
thump. Yeah,
and then Matt just like torpedoed off the horse.
It's crazy how quickly that shit happens.
Yeah.
What happened to your hairy dad? Oh, you haven't seen it for forever. Yeah, I had the unfortunate hairdressing accident from a few weeks last month, I think.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap this up by just one last thought. My favorite thing about the entire game is how Arthur is literally just like a normal guy. Like there's so many cutscenes and stuff where like he doesn't have like a witty comeback. He's just like, I don't fucking know. Come on, let's get going. Shit, let's go.
Yeah, he's just like a dude. You know,
he's just some
like,
fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's not.
And that's what I was going to ask too. Like, is there something that you really, really like about the game that is like keeping you playing it?
I mean, I like the storyline. You know, like the game is good. Like overall, everything about the game is good. I just wish it, wasn't kind of stuck in 2010 when it comes to
some features
of its features. And I understand that some people like to watch the same animation because I've seen so many people. It's 50-50 on the internet, dude. People are like, this is dumb. And other people are like, you just want to be coddled. You want everything handed to you. And I'm like,
casual gamer.
No, motherfucker. I just don't want to watch the same animation 800 times. Like, so if they could just, like, maybe a little patch where you just skip that shit. Because I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't affect me. I'm not immersed. Okay?
I'm anti-immersed.
All right. I'm there for 2 reasons. To kill bears and then skin them. That's the end of my thought.
I was going to say, what did you think, Spencer?
Well, from an outsider's perspective, because I actually hadn't played the game, just kind of like hanging out, watching Matt play. I really like some of the moral quandaries that the main storyline or some of the missions put you on. The mission, I'm not sure if you've done, I'm sure you have. You're 12 hours into the game. The one where you have to go and collect debts was pretty crazy.
Yeah, like the first 2 is like, oh yeah, debt collecting. The third one's like, oh, he's super debt. Well, Polish guy was kind of like, I feel a little bad, but I'm also an asshole, so this is okay. Right, but the third guy where he's like literally sick and he's like, oh, don't worry. Like he doesn't even care that you're like hunting him down. He's just like, I'm doing my best. I'm dying. I literally can't do anymore. And you still punch him. It's like, oh, okay.
Apparently, you don't have to punch him. Some people were talking about how they really didn't want to punch him, and this guy's like, you can just threaten the whole time. You don't have to punch him, and apparently they didn't know that.
Well, I was on a roll. I had bloodlust from punching the other 2 guys.
Yeah. The Polish guy, apparently, you can get enough money. I guess this might be spoilers. So if you don't want to hear anything about this particularly, don't listen for the next like 2 minutes. but apparently you can get enough money from around his house that you don't have to take some of his important items. But
I took everything.
Yeah, but like if you don't, or you have the option where you can just take more than you need, and he has like a wedding ring and like something else. And there's a bunch of people who were like really upset, like not upset at the game, but like it like affected them. They like felt really bad.
Yeah, those are the same people who like to watch the fucking 10-second
Skinning
animation.
animation 3 times.
These fucking
Yeah, but
people, dude.
it's a great game. And El Senor was saying something here. He was talking about how every game in console for me isn't finished because when they come out, it's things that you're going to buy 10 DLC for to fix the game and then have a complete one at the end.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's really unfortunate, and it does happen on PC too because especially bigger games, they just try to make it
Nier.
the same across platforms or whatever. Yeah, unless you're Nier. But yeah, a lot of games seem to be going down the road where when it is released, it's not quite even like. More often than not, it'll take like a month or so to get everything up to where it's actually supposed to be, which is shitty. But
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Yeah.
all right, well, let's call it a show. Fistcake, why don't you tell people where they can find you and what you're doing?
Well, you can find me on twitch.tv/fistcake where I stream again. Probably, normal stuff, Monday, Tuesday evenings with the boys here. Try to get Evie on some streams as well. She'll probably play Isaac as I make fun of her for being good at Isaac, the only game she's good at. Probably play some Red Dead more.
Isaac has an easy mode.
I quit. I'm hanging up the call right now. No, I was going to make an easy mode joke the other day, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, well. I guess it wasn't that good. So you can also check out youtube.com/fistcake, where I made a shit post today about a bug I found in Red Dead 2, where I spent like 10 minutes like looking at where my gun, for some reason, I got in a cutscene. I got out of the cutscene and my gun was like hovering outside of my hand. Mm-hmm. And then if you went around in circles and whatnot, like the gun would fly from your hand into your holster, but then like back to your other hand and then come back to the original hand. And it was just doing some crazy shit. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Oh, also, by the way, if you double tap L when you have your gun out, you'll do a trick. Put it back in.
Yeah, if you don't.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you do like a little spin trick.
Yeah. We continue to learn things. Nice. And to do that, I'm going to do that every single time now. Probably have more regular videos coming up next week. Finally got all tapped out on material. I'm also on Twitter where I tweet stuff sometimes at the Fistcake. Fistcake. I think that's about it. Where can people find you two?
So you can find us on YouTube and Twitch at the same handle, youtube.com/NeanderThalGamingTV and twitch.tv/NeanderThalGamingTV. Most of of what we stream ends up on YouTube. So if you ever miss something or you want to see it in an episode form, I always put them out usually between like 30-minute to 45-minute episodes, depending on what it is that we happen to be playing. You can check us out on Twitter at NeanderThalGTV. As far as games that we'll be playing coming up, we'll probably be doing some Jackbox. Obviously, we'll be returning to Dark Souls on Monday, doing Into the Veil on Tuesday. What are we playing? Like, are we going to play some more Soulcalibur throughout the week, or?
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
Because I want to play Soulcalibur, but we also need to play Tarkov.
Right.
Little Tarky.
Yeah, and we do want to play Tarkov, so we're going to play that too as well. And, of course, Smash on the weekends. As far as Constant Complete specific information goes, you can follow us on Twitter at ConComcast. It's where you get information about the podcast, as well as Into the Veil and anything else going on with us. You can send us ideas and suggestions to constantcompletecast@gmail.com. The podcast goes live at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays on twitch.tv/ConComcast and our Neanderthal Gaming TV Twitch account. All episodes are available on YouTube. The audio-only version is available on your favorite podcasting app, and both are released on Mondays. So we stream on Sundays, and the very next day, it's released out into the world. Anything else you guys want to say?
Adventure Complete episodes will be showing up next Saturday on your fucking podcast store thing, my Bob. Words are hard, and on my YouTube as well. So
yeah,
check it out there.
Yeah. And remember, it's Adventure Complete. It's its own podcast stream. All right. Well, thanks everyone so much for watching and for hanging out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Oh, I did your thing. This is awkward. Whoops.